Hello, my name is Emma, and today PlayStation had their Tokyo Game Show press conference. It was actually one of the first times a conference that I can remember was actually on at not a ridiculous hour for me, so thank you to Japan for having a good time zone. I'm sort of going to sum up my opinions of all the announcements were actually done. Altogether, I think it was like quite a satisfactory show. There was a lot of content, which is always what we want to see out of games conference shows. So let's jump into it. So there was 3 big announcements, which I think are the 3 sort of headliners for everything that happened at the show. Number 1, Project Morpheus now has a name. It is called PlayStation VR. There's going to be people who are like, that is so simple and basic, but I think it's quite a good name in terms of it does what it needs to communicate to the audience what it actually does. It's for PlayStation and it's virtual reality, so I like the name. I'm happy it finally has a name because it actually shows us that it's actually getting closer to release date, so that's good. The second part, which is probably the one that I was probably most excited for, was the Bloodborne expansion was announced. It's called The Old Hunters. The trailer released for it in the conference. There was some super awesome new weapons. Got to see some enemies and stuff like that, so I am happy to die once again in that game over and over. I cannot get enough of Bloodborne, so bring it on. The third biggest thing that was announced at the conference is, if you guys are familiar with the Vita, you will know a franchise called Gravity Rush. So that has been away from PlayStation since sort of the release of the Vita. Now the series is back, so there is 2 games that was actually announced for it. Number 1 is the actual remaster / remake of the original Vita version, and that's actually coming out this year for the PS4. You know, Tearaway, sort of the same thing happened where it was a property on the Vita, and now a lot more people get a chance to actually play the franchise because it is out in a more accessible platform. So happy that is there, but the more exciting part of this is there is going to be a Gravity Rush / Days, whatever you want to call it, Gravity Rush 2 coming out, which I actually lost hope for a while that it was going to come. I thought it was sort of a dead franchise, but I'm really glad that they've revived it, so that is also going to be on the PS4. No Vita support, I don't think, for that, sadly. But, you know, bring on the Gravity Rush. Now for some interesting cosmetic changes. First of all, we get new faceplates for the PlayStation 4. So you know how you can remove that little bit to change your hard drive? You can actually change the color of that now. So I really want one of those sweet, sweet purple ones. We will see if I can actually get one. I don't think that was announced or not where they were going to be available outside of Japan. So maybe Japan only for now. We also got some new controller colors. Again, wasn't announced outside of Japan, but I'm hoping they come. There was a cool crystal one, which were like those see-through ones that I had a red one back on the PS2, I think. So I'd be keen to get one of those again, not gonna lie. There was also some new Vita colors announced as well. So lots of pretty colors coming out of PlayStation. Now to the third-party stuff, which was in the conference. It was quite dense, as I mentioned before, as to how much stuff was like coming out like instantly every second. When Square Enix came out, they were like, we're gonna show 4 games, and the one I was like, can you please show us Kingdom Hearts 3? They did not do that, but they came out with another remaster name, and it is one of the longest names I've seen in a video game, so make sure you're sitting down before I read this out. It is called Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Just digest that for a second. That is an extremely, extremely long name. I will still probably pick that up, but no more stuff on Kingdom Hearts 3 was actually shown at the conference, which is sad, but you know. Ubisoft came onto the stage and showed 2 quite interesting things. Number 1, they showed off the Jack the Ripper DLC for Assassin's Creed. I thought that was a bit interesting how they sort of showed that at the conference. I don't know if it was really the right thing to show at TGS, but I mean, if they have to come out with something more into the Japanese side of things though with Ubisoft. For Honor, they showed that they actually had samurais in the game. Other interesting things, there was so much announcements again, so if I'm missing things, please don't hate me. Just write it in the comments below, that's fine. So we got an announcement of a Biohazard / Resident Evil multiplayer shooter. I completely tweeted as soon as that happened, being like, is this something that people actually want? Is this something which can compete with the Call of Duties in the world? And everyone was like, no. Don't really know where they're going with that, but I mean, they should just sort of go back to the Resident Evil roots, but that's just my opinion on there. Dark Souls 3 got an official announced release date that is coming out on March 24th in Japan. I'm assuming the Western releases will come shortly after that, but super excited about that. As you guys know, I got to play it a couple of months ago, and damn, that game is good. There was another Hot Shots golf game announced, which looked a lot like Miiverse, and there was also a Dragon Quest game, which was like, they called it a block builder RPG or something like that. It was pretty much a Minecraft ripoff. I mean, I don't blame them. Minecraft makes a lot of money, so I understand why they actually went in that direction, but whatever. There was a game called Saga Scarlet Grace, which was announced, which is actually coming to Vita, which is what I took sort of away from that. That there is still, in Japan at least, Vita support. A new Danganronpa was announced. I haven't actually played that series yet. I know that's horrible, I should play it, but still haven't. And I really think that's pretty much it for the announcement. Let me know in the comments below what has been your favorite announcement out of TGS so far. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, if you are new here and this is your first video you've seen of me, go check out my other videos, and if you like them, make sure you subscribe. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye!